for coming to my SLC. Mom, Dad, this is Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, these are my parents. The purpose for today's conference is to inform you about my progress, strength and weakness, and my behavior and grades in all my subjects. Also, the purpose for SLC is to build confidence in students and teach us how to be honest and take full responsibility for our actions. A student-led conference is basically when students get to share their progress, academic progress, and behavior and anything else about school with their parents. So as you can see, this is end of the unit quiz we took on understanding literary text. As you can see, I received a 75% because I got 2 questions wrong, even though I got +3 for annotating and writing why I chose each answer. But then for my BCR, which is a brief constructed response, I received a 2.5 because I didn't clearly explain my thoughts.
The students seem to own their data more, and parents are walking away with an in-depth understanding, not coming from me or the other teachers on the team, but really coming from their child.
Good student-led conferences are always a conversation amongst all of the individuals at the table. So it's going to be family with teachers, with the students, all coming together to figure out the best ways to make the students successful.
Now in my enrichment class, which is Miss Leonard class, College Literature. College Literature is an advanced literature course for the advanced 7th graders. I received a 95%. I'm happy with my score because the first quarter I received a 91 and has gone up 4 points. My highest standard was my test and I received 100%. And my lowest standard was my classwork. I believe I can do better with my classwork by taking my time. In my second enrichment class was Nifty class, my entrepreneurs class. My highest standard was a 98%, which is my classwork, and my lowest standard was a 93%, which was my quizzes. Now, since we have gone over my grade 2 quarter reflection, do you have any questions for me?
I do. Malik, could you tell me a little bit about Nifty?
Nifty is an entrepreneur's program. At the end of the year, we will have a showcase presenting our invention. My invention, I had one, and it was going to be to make a bag that becomes bigger and smaller when you need it. But I believe that idea is too big for a 7th grader at this moment right now, so I'm going to change it and make a simpler one. Is there anything else would you like to ask?
So you're telling me that you got all A's this semester?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm very proud.
Thank you.
We started the work last year training the teachers on the student-led conferences, and it was a tough experience for them. And we learned so much about the process, but what we realized is it was so much better for our kids. At the end of that year, we had so many kids who could say, this is how I'm doing in class, and this is what I need to do better, and I'm actually doing better because I have a plan.
I think it's very important that the administration is in support of what we're doing with conferences, just because it does take quite a lot of time and we want it to be a very meaningful experience for our students. So we want to make sure that we're really taking a look at all of the data and really having those deep conversations and having that time built into our schedules by our administrators. So it's very important that they're supportive.
I teach middle school science here at Brightwood, and for student-led conferences, we try to distribute students amongst all of the middle school teachers and support staff involved in the middle school, so everyone kind of has a cohort of students that they're individually working with. For student-led conferences, that means it's a really all hands on deck experience where our assistant principal, our principal, all of the middle school teachers, special ed teachers, ESL teachers, everyone is really supporting to make sure we get every parent in the building and every student has a meaningful conference.
Richard, with regard to the social studies, I think you got 75, which I think I'm expecting you to at least get around 80 or 85. Mm-hmm. And you were saying that you had a problem with 1 or 2 things with regard to it. So step by step, can you tell me how you're going to be able to address those problems, those challenges that you were facing?
Well, I can do more background research on the topic so that I can get a better understanding. And as I said, I can stay after class or school to find what the assignment is really about, and I can stay focused. Because here, Ms. Lane left a comment saying that I was distracted in class, so I should stay more focused to try to understand the assignment better. I think I'm a better student for SLC because when I'm doing my work, I know that if I don't do a good job, I'll have to explain to my parents why I didn't do a good job. But if I do a good job, then I'll have to explain how I got that grade and what made me get it.
I think the SLCs has improved her reflectiveness on schoolwork.
I remember the last SLC that we had when we got back home. I sat her down and she had her folder with her, so we had to go through again, and she really went through and told me how she got those grades, why she didn't do well, and we went through it step by step. So she made out a plan to be able to come back to school and then go according to that plan, work things out to be able to improve. And with this SLC that we had today, I think that there has been an improvement from the plans that she drew out from the last SLC that she had.
I would say with the SLC conferences, parents walk away with more specific pieces of information that they can work on at home with their students, and that's now more the conversations that I'm having with parents. So when I run into a parent in the hallway or in the parking lot at dismissal, they're not saying like, how's science? They're specifically saying like, how is Johnny doing on tectonic plates? And so I think that's a really positive impact, is being able to hone in on specific needs of their child.
Malik, I'm very proud of you here and what you've done here at Jefferson. Now, I am a little concerned about your math. Now tell me what you're going to do to get your score up in math.
I need help in my geometry and my measurements and data, because my algebra and algebraic thinking is early 7th grade, and then my numbers and operations is mid-7th. So I need help in geometry and measurements and data.
Okay. Being an accountant, I think I'll be able to help you with that.
I talk about this all the time. I say, after those student-led conferences, we had the largest honor roll assembly we've ever had in the history of Jefferson Academy. And I fully believe it's because our kids are learning about their work regularly. They have a 2-week cycle to look at their data. They're conferencing with their teachers and their advisory and their advisors. They're talking to each other and to their parents about what's happening in the classroom.
Malik, what's different that we can do at home to support you?
I need you to be able to understand what I am learning, and that you can help me, like if you have any more tips or any suggestions on how I should learn it, or if you can like talk to me like you're one of my teachers, and so I can like have a teacher at home and a teacher at school to help me.